Dominic Benhura is an acclaimed Zimbabwean sculptor credited for his contributions in transforming Shona stone sculpture into a world-class modern art. Despite his humble rural background and orphanhood, Dominic Benhura rose to eminence selling his first sculpture at the age of 12.
Dominic Benhura is a boy who was born and bred in Mrewa. I was an orphan then because my father passed on when I was in my mother's womb. So I never saw my father. My early childhood shaped my later life in the sense that as an orphan, the community always encouraged me to be a Christian, to learn Christian values and to be disciplined in whatever I do. So certainly when I started sculpting, I had the discipline which I think a lot of youngsters didn't have. So as a result, I was very good at, luckily by grace of God, in what I do. So coupled with the discipline, a lot of people liked me as a person and also with what I was producing then. That catapulted me to higher levels. What inspired me into sculpting is naturally, having born in a rural area, I was herding cattle then when I was a very little boy from, I think, at the age of 5, just assisting our neighbors then. So I used to mold in clay while herding cattle. So when I came to Harare, I came across people who were sculpting in stone. So I was so fascinated by the media of stone when I saw people creating work from stones. So I was so inspired that I started helping them on their small pieces, on their pieces. That's how I gained the sculpting skills.
His discipline and desire for his art led Dominic Benhura assert himself to become a fine artist. By doing so, he had to get respect from fellow artists within Zimbabwe and later prevailed around the world.
I managed to make a name around the world. Why? Because when people come to Zimbabwe, then even long back ago, they'll be looking for something which is totally unique for their local galleries and also for their international galleries. So it seems like my work was always outstanding. As a result, I was invited all over the world over the years, and I'm still being invited all over the world, sometimes to represent Zimbabwe on a personal basis, like a solo show, because I only do solo shows overseas. And like a lot of guys, they have to group in order to produce a fascinating show. So I've just been fortunate enough that I can easily create a body of work which can stand alone as a solo show. And also I've been invited, because of that I've been invited to represent Zimbabwe in international competitions, and I've managed to bang some awards internationally.
With his artwork now donning major art galleries of the world, he has also won numerous awards locally and internationally. He has held one-man shows since 1991, has a number of large public works displayed permanently around the globe. Dominic Benhura has held lectures at Cornell Museum, Florida, United States, and University of British Columbia, Vancouver.